Hey cruisers, welcome to our weekly vlog, which is sponsored today by cruiseline.com, where you can compare prices from several cruise sites with easy to use cruise search. Be sure to check it out in the description below. We have a convenient link just for you. Hope everyone is doing well, enjoying these last few months of summer. We certainly are, except for the horrible cold that our whole family has had for about a month now. No fair! This is supposed to happen in the middle of flu season, right? So anyway, we're feeling better and excited to be back in our little vlog set today. And we're heading back into our regular studio today, which is of course in our home. And we're going to be filming some episodes for you on whether or not you might want to consider a balcony cabin or an inside cabin, something we've never done before. And in a few weeks, we're going to be getting started and diving headfirst into an awesome series on Alaska. We're going to be packing for an Alaskan cruise. We are going to be vlogging an Alaskan cruise. We're really excited to take you along with us. So, next important bit of business before we start answering questions today, which we will spend a lot of time on, is that our next live stream is coming soon. It is this Saturday, July 29th, noon Pacific time. So Saturday, July 29th, checking my notes, making sure I have the date right, noon Pacific time right here. So be sure that you've subscribed to our channel, click the notifications bell so that if you do forget when we're having the live stream, you will get an email the moment that we go live, and you can join the conversation. We'd love to have you there. So thank you all very much for watching our room service video last week on Carnival Miracle. We did not think that would get any views at all. And lo and behold, a lot of you watched it. We actually walked you through an entire room service ordering process, from looking at the menu, seeing what was free and what was for a charge, to ordering the food, watching the food come and seeing what we ordered. So it was a great success, and thank you all so much for letting us try something different. Hope that you enjoyed it. Let's answer lots and lots of questions today from our viewers on YouTube. We are going to start today with Caitlin Adams, who says, so, if I read the article right, it looks like Carnival is starting to go keyless entry finally. The program kicked off on Carnival Splendor last fall and has since been added to Glory, Sensation, Vista, and Carnival Victory. So I think what Caitlin is actually talking about is big news now, right now, you guys. It is actually not keyless entry, but it's keyless embarkation, meaning that when you embark on a couple of Carnival ships, there's only a few right now, you actually will not retrieve your cabin key at the embarkation area in the port. You will check in as you normally do, but instead of being given your key, you will find your key is actually in the little door slot outside of your room in a sealed envelope. And of course, John Heald announced this, or confirmed it, I guess you could say, on his Facebook page this week. And it's been super controversial because people are really worried about safety. They're worried that someone could go and grab someone else's room key, which is also basically your sail and sign card, which is attached to your credit card, and go buy drinks or whatever with it. They're also wondering, well, how do I go buy a drink when I get on board? How do I buy something? And apparently the answer to that question is that you actually can use your boarding pass until your room is ready when you can retrieve your key. So just to give you guys a little bit of information about how this is looking, this system is currently in place on Carnival Glory, Carnival Sensation, Carnival Victory, Vista, and Splendor, but it's coming next weekend, which is basically this weekend, to Carnival Freedom and Valor, which will take place on the 29th of July, and then Carnival Breeze will be going live with this on July the 30th. So, very curious to hear what all of you think about it. I don't really have an opinion either way. I guess if it makes embarkation faster, that's a win for everyone, but let us know what your thoughts are in the comments below. We would love to hear a little bit more about it. So, Caitlin, thank you for getting that conversation started. I hope that was the question that you had. Gary Bellotti said, hey there, I noticed you tipped room service, and you said $2 to $3 per order. Is this customary? I thought we tipped $13 or $14 per person per day, which we have and have already prepaid for our upcoming cruise. I'm not trying to be a tightwad, just trying to get the correct information. So do you normally tip on room service? And we kind of answered this question with Gary Bellotti on YouTube, but I wanted to just address this with everyone because it's a really common question. Yes, we did say in our room service video that we tip extra for room service because we have heard that those normal daily tips that we pay against our room, right? $13, $14 a day on whatever cruise it is, those go to certain people. But I've heard that the room service staff are not eligible, and we know that they work really hard. Most of them work 24 hours a day to provide room service to everyone. And so what we do is every time we get room service, we give them $2 to $3 in cash. Now that's optional. No one on the cruise will tell you that you have to do that. That's just something that we've always done, and we found that it is quite customary for seasoned cruisers to do that. So when they bring you your morning coffee and pastries and fruit, maybe $2 to $3. If you order again in the afternoon, if you'd like, again, totally discretionary, you might want to give them a few bucks. Totally your call, okay, folks? Just want to clear that up. Mama Stacy has a question today. Says, I've never been on a cruise, but I would like to go. It's my dream vacation. The main thing that scares me is I'm afraid my clothes aren't nice enough. I dress business casual for work and basically like a bum at home. What others call casual is dressed up to me. I just don't own anything that looks as nice as what you've packed, and I don't have a formal. I have one skirt that is black and one pair of shoes that go with it, which gets me through weddings and funerals, etc. Besides that, I wear long pants all the time. I really do want to cruise, but I feel like I just won't fit in. Any tips for me? Mama Stacy, we absolutely have tips for you, and the last thing I would ever want you to do is not go on a cruise because of what you've seen us pack. We tend to go a little more dressy, point number one, than is required on a cruise ship. We enjoy that, but that is absolutely not a requirement for you. We've talked about this topic before. You're not the only one who's ever brought it up. And I would like to say that based on what you're telling me, in your wardrobe, you're going to be fine on most of the major cruise lines. Really, truly, you will be fine wearing super casual clothes. We see people wearing yoga pants, jeans, shorts. Anything you could possibly imagine on that casual spectrum is going to be okay. For formal night, you can skip it if you want, or you can wear your black skirt that you have, your one black skirt and your shoes and a decent looking blouse and go to that main dining room and you'll be fine. The more casual cruise lines you might want to consider, Mama Stacy, would be Carnival and Norwegian, because Norwegian has freestyle cruising, and freestyle cruising means you never have to dress up if you don't want to. Even their formal nights are totally optional. So, with that said, I want to see you get on a cruise, girlfriend, and I want you to tell me about it when you do. Next question today is from Paula Malcolmson. Paula says, hey, you never mentioned if you guys did karaoke and what song you sang. Paula is referencing, you guys, our pre-cruise vlogs from Carnival Miracle, where I had told you guys that my son and I wanted to do karaoke on board the Miracle. We never got around to it. We saw it in our fun times a few times, but we never did it. And the song, Paula, that we wanted to sing, and you don't get to judge me, no judging, it was a duet of Somebody That I Used to Know by Gautier. So that's the answer to that question. Hopefully we'll get to do it on our next cruise. Nathan G says, we're going on the Indy. I'm assuming you mean the Independence of the Seas. And we're in an inside cabin for the first time. We're concerned about how pitch black it will be, as we tend to wake up when the sun comes up. What should we do? We could set alarms. We probably won't want to get up at the same time every day. Just wake up whenever we wake up with the sun. Thanks. Nathan, this is a really great question. Tip number one, stay tuned for our inside cabin video we're going to do in a couple of weeks here. It'll probably be a few weeks before it's out. But I actually think it's a perk to booking an inside cabin. I think it's great to have full light blocking. I'm a light sensitive sleeper and I love being conked out. So the tips that I would have for you is, number one, don't worry about it. Number two, do not plan early morning excursions and sleep in. It's your vacation. Enjoy yourself. Number three, I know Bonnie had already told you this in the comments this week, but you could call for a wake-up call. Be careful with setting your cell phone as your alarm, because if you're switching time zones on your cruise, it might wake you up at the wrong time. You could also take a little teeny tiny travel alarm clock, which you'll find. But I would embrace it. The full light blocking will probably give you lots of sleep. You're probably going to feel great on your cruise, and just enjoy it. Next question is from Lonnie. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Hey Sherry, I have one question and one tip for cruising. So my tip is that when you're on your cruise, people shouldn't worry much about tipping for drinks and stuff, because at the end of the cruise, they take out $100 per person for tips. You're right, Lonnie. You can do auto tipping, and even your drinks are set up for auto tipping, so you don't have to worry too much about tipping. Correct. But Lonnie's question is Zumba and dancing stuff like that open to kids around my age 13? I have good news for you. I've never seen a note that says you have an age requirement for Zumba and stuff like that. So if it's in the gym, if it's on the pool deck, if it's in a lounge, just show up. I don't think you're going to have any problems with that. Go dance your heart out and send me a picture when you do. Stuart Twitty says, my wife wears the bands also. And Stuart's talking about those motion relief bands that you've seen us wear on cruises. Do you wait until you start feeling bad before you put them on? Stuart, no, I don't. If I see that the seas are going to be rocky at all, I put those suckers on in the morning and I wear them all day in hopes that I don't get sick. I haven't been sick on a cruise in a long time, but I kind of know that threshold of rockiness where I'm going to feel sick. So that's my answer. I hope that is that's going to solve the problem for your wife? Let me know if you need more information. Valerie Foster says, I have an odd question. Do people still decorate their doors anymore? My mom-in-law keeps reminding me, but all the videos I've seen are absent of door decor when you or any other YouTuber's video on board. Thanks in advance. Valerie, the reason you're seeing less of it is because the cruise lines have tightened up on the kind of stuff you can put on your door. You're not allowed to put anything on them that's a fire hazard, and they're a little bit weird about sticky stuff nowadays. So yes, you can still see a lot of it. We actually tend to see more door decorations on Carnival than anything else. I don't see very many on Princess, but it's absolutely something that you can do. Just make sure that the things that you pack with you are fire resistant, because they do not want you putting paper, crepe paper, things like that on your door. Last question is from Kimberly Buchanan, who asks, are there benefits in booking a future cruise while on a cruise? Kimberly, yes. On some cruise lines, there are. Most cruise lines, I'm just going to give you a quick general answer here, and then you can tell me which cruise line you're sailing with, and I'll give you more details. They will give you some onboard credit and a reduced deposit for booking on board. So stop by the Future Cruise Desk. Ask them if you have an unlimited period of time before you have to choose and book a cruise, though. That may be a factor. Maybe a reason not to book on board if they're going to push you to cruise too fast. Well, thank you all so much. We went really fast through the questions today, so if anyone needs more clarification, let me know in the comments below. And you guys, don't forget to follow us on social media. We give you lots of updates about things we don't talk about here. When our next live stream will be is always going to be, we're going to do lots of reminders on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So follow us on Cruise Tips TV. And don't forget to join us for our next live stream, where you can ask questions live in the live chat on Saturday, July 29th, noon Pacific. If we choose a theme for the live stream, we will let you know all over social media. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a wonderful week, and we'll see you on the live stream. Until next time, see you on the high seas. Bye.
Cruiser of the week.
Hey, click me to subscribe.